Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Connor Zilich's and SVG's Red Bull Chevys from 2025. As always, let's take a quick look at the box. This is the Zilich box, but they both have the generic box. 2025 NASCAR Cup Series, Lionel Racing. Connor Zilisch got a render of the car right there. Standard finish, 2025 NASCAR Cup Series. Made a total of 1,260 of the Zilich and 1,524 of the SVG. I'm kind of surprised by that. Being that the Zilisch went up like a week earlier than the SVG, I was expecting the Zilisch to have a higher number than the SVG, but who knows. Anyways, you got the same stuff on the back, register your car at Lionel Garage, and you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here are the cars themselves. We've got the number 87 for Zilisch and the number 88 for SVG. It is so good to get Red Bull back in the sport like this. Didn't think we'd ever have Red Bull back in the sport, and now they're going all in on Trackhouse. And this will continue into next year. They already did announce that for Zilich's Cup ride that he is going to have Red Bull as one of his primary sponsors. So we'll get more of this next year. They did already win a race. SVG was able to win in the Red Bull car at Sonoma earlier this season. So that was really cool to see. There'll be a raced version, which I feel like might hurt the value of this SVG clean one a little bit, because I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just rather get the raced version than the clean one. So I said initially I was thinking that the SVG would be the rare one because I felt like the Zilich would have the higher numbers because everyone's hyped behind Zilich. And then the SVG, since it came second, would be like lower numbers, but turned out to be the opposite. But the fact they made so many of the clean SVG and there's the race version, like I would not be surprised if that one becomes the easier one to find down the road. And because of all the hype behind Zilich, his will probably disappear really quickly now. I believe it's already disappearing. But worth pointing out that it's probably not showing up on camera that well, but like the color is a little bit too bright. The real car is more of like, it's such a dark blue, it almost looks black. Where this one, you can definitely tell it's blue. But have to wait and see what the race version looks like, see if that's more accurate color. I've never even understood why Red Bull uses this color so much. Like, it's the same color that's on the Max Verstappen, like, F1 car. Like, this, like, super dark matte blue. But it's like, why would you not have it be, like, a brighter blue like the cans? Like, this doesn't match the can at all. Especially if you get the lighting right. Like, this bright blue, like, metallic can. It'd be nice to get a metallic blue Red Bull car, but we used to have the metallic silver ones. But, I don't know. Never understood why Red Bull uses a color that doesn't look like their can at all. But anyways, why don't we start with Connor Zilisch, rookie phenom and possible racing prodigy, as a lot of people are calling him. He does seem to be the most promising prospect since Jeff Gordon or whatever everyone's saying. Is everyone forgetting Joey Logano? I mean, of course everyone's forgetting Joey Logano, but there's also someone when somebody's talked about Zilisch was like, no, Ty Gibbs. Is Ty Gibbs a promising prospect? He won some Xfinity cars with the best cars in the field, and now he hasn't done absolutely nothing in a Cup. Now, yes, Joey took a couple years to do anything, but I don't know. Ty Gibbs has really not shown any. He's barely even shown any races that he can get close to winning, and he didn't get rushed. Like, Logano got rushed. That's why he struggled. Ty Gibbs did not get rushed. So, I don't know. Anyways, back to the Red Bull cars. It is really cool to get these. We didn't think we were going to get these. Because, like, when they first unveiled them, people asked Lionel, and Lionel just kind of wasn't really answering. And then when you got that SVG Clash paint scheme that was supposed to have the Red Bull headlight eyeliner thing, and the diecast render went up, no Red Bull. Everyone was like, we're not getting them. Crap. And then randomly, like, a couple weeks later, on, like, the forum or Twitter or whatever it was, they just randomly came out with, like, a stay tuned. And it was like, wait, what? We're getting them? And then they put up the Zilisch, like, a couple days later. And then, like I said, a week later after that, they put the SVG up. I don't know why they didn't just put them up together, but whatever. So it didn't seem to hurt the numbers at all. I said I was, like I said before, I was kind of shocked that the SVG has higher numbers than the Zilisch because it went up a week later. But would have thought everyone would just flock straight to the Zilisch. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Red Bull, got WeatherTech.com, Chevrolet Camaros ZL1, Trackhouse, and number 87. Down the side, you got Red Bull. You've got, actually has the Trackhouse fuel cell thing, fuel port thing. I don't know why they're so back and forth on this. Like, this is on every Trackhouse car like this, where it says Trackhouse and then whatever sponsor's on the car. It's cool, but I wish they would start putting it on diecast because it seems like they're skipping it a lot. Wasn't on the Clash paint schemes, wasn't on Helio's Wendy's car. I forgot if it's on that, they just released that Ross Chastain, like the Texas Bush car. I wonder if that's on that one or not. Just have to wait and see, I guess. I don't know. But it is cool. You see right here, you have a lot of blank white because throughout the year they've been putting different, like I guess it's mostly places to buy Red Bull. Like you've had Quick Trip and you've had Circle K and Save Mart was on SVGs when he won. I guess since they swapped so much, they decided to not put anything, which does look kind of weird, just have a solid white blank rear end like this. But a lot of people do hate that. But again, if you really hate that, then now you have the win. Also feels like it was a little bit longer. Because like I know for Save Mart, I feel like it was definitely longer for SVG because that would not fit in there. Also, the real cars, the yellow does actually go down onto the side skirt. The yellow oval, or the yellow circle goes down to the side skirt. But these are probably in production before it really ran like that, so I'll give them a pass. But I don't know why they didn't just pick one. Like, it's very easy. Just for Zilisch, do the Quick Trip, which was his debut car, and then SVG just pick whatever his first race with this car was. I think it was like Vegas in the spring or whatever, but I don't know. Anyways, you've got Siemens and Chevrolet up there. There's Connor Zilich's name and logo. Does have the nice red chrome edge to the number. NASCAR Cup Series, typical tendencies and such. On the back, you got nothing. You got Chevrolet, number 87, Quaker State, and ZL1. Does have the Red Bull gives you wings on the back of the spoiler. And does have the same thing on the front, on the deck lid. Like I said before, I'm 90% sure that what that was supposed to be is supposed to be on the front of the spoiler. But for whatever reason, NASCAR doesn't like you printing on the front of the spoiler. So they had to put it on the deck lid. That's at least my guess. But got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. Got Chevrolet under there. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. No deck lid. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Also worth pointing out that, again, the weird shark fin thing. This one has the normal old school, just single shark fin, and that one has the double large one. Why is that two sets in a row that are separate? Why are they not the same? I don't even know which races these ran at, because I know last time people were like, oh, but the Clash cars aren't even supposed to have it. Like, okay, fine, but then why is one of them have it and one of them doesn't? And these ones, why wouldn't they both have it? Is it because, like, this one, do they not run the second shark fin at, like, Coda, but they ran it at Vegas? So is that why is this, like, accurate? I don't know. It's just very weird that this keeps happening back and forth like this. I'm also noticing it's actually a different thing on the front. You see this one just gives you wings with, like, the two bulls with the yellow circle. And then SVG's here has Red Bull in text, and then the logo, and then gives you wings. Is it the same? Actually, yeah, the spoilers are the same. But anyways, here's SVG's. This was supposed to be more different. When they first unveiled these, Zilich's was white around the back like that, and then SVG's was red around the back. I believe the designer pointed out that, I guess, like, any of those, like, Circle K and all those logos basically don't show up on the red like they do on the whites. That's why they ended up running the white. He said that they were still trying to find a way to run the red one, but then after he won Sonoma, they weren't sure if they were still going to try to run the red one. You see, there is still a little bit of a sign of it right here, where you have the red stripe around the front where Zilisch is white. And you also see that Zilisch has a red roof number where SVG has a white one. Although they did tweak these in general from the first unveils, because the first unveils, there was like a really tiny bull. This was way wider. Like this piece was way longer. There was a much smaller bull and circle and everything. And then they ended up like tweaking it a little before they actually ran. But anyways, let's get down to sponsors again. Got Red Bull, WeatherTech.com, Chevrolet Camaros ZL1, number 88, and Trackhouse. Got Red Bull down the side. Back here you got Quad Lock and Safety Culture. Again, the fuel cell thing. This one also has Wendy's on the C-post. Got Siemens and Chevrolet right there. Got SVG's name with the New Zealand flag. Again, has the nice chrome red number, typical with tendencies and such. This one does have the Rookie of the Year Contender logo, in addition to the Sunoco logo. I believe somebody said that the stripes aren't even accurate on these diecast. I don't remember what it was, but I think it was the Zilisch. But like somebody had a photo of the Zilisch and like the stripe was just a little bit different. It wasn't even noticeable unless you like really take a look at a photo and compare them side by side. So I'm not going to really, but it's worth pointing out because somebody will complain if I don't. But anyways, on the back, you got Chevrolet ZL1, number 88, and Quaker State. Once again, have the Red Bull gives you wings on the back of the spoiler. And on the deck lid, like I said before, They both have gives you wings on the roof as well. This is number 912. Got the same stuff down the other side. Let's take a look under the hood. Chevrolet logo again. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. No deck lid. It does have the roof flaps, all that usual stuff. Let's get these both back into frame. I wonder why it is 87. Does, like, Red Bull demand to have a number in the 80s or something? Oh, no, that can't be, because you had those, like, half Red Bull car at Chicago in Xfinity Series, and one of those was the 9 car with SVG, so I don't know. It was really random getting 87, but I kind of like it's unique. It's a cool Trackhouse number, because I was initially just expecting him to be in the 91 car when he did this, but... And then even that, after it was the 87, was like, oh, perfect, now they leave the 91 car so they can run at the same time too, but they never did that. So it's only been, you had the 91 car with Helio at Daytona 500, and then since then, the only extra Trackhouse car has just been Zilisch in this 87 car. The one he was supposed to run in Watkins Glen before hurting himself was actually had WeatherTech in the white area on the back. So that was kind of neat, but barely got to see it because, like I said, he qualified for the race, and then he fell out of his car in the Xfinity victory lane, and then he didn't even run it because I guess Red Bull's all weird about, like, if you're not a Red Bull athlete, you cannot touch our car. We don't want a Red Bull athlete. If it's not a Red Bull athlete, they're not being in our car, which is just odd, but whatever. Curious to see if Zilisch runs any other Cup races the rest of the year. Maybe they want to throw him in the Roval or something, but I don't know. See if he wants to get any more Cup experience in the playoffs, or maybe because Ross Chastain and SVG are in the playoffs, they don't want to take any attention away from them. Just have to wait and see. Another interesting thing to point out, if we take out the 164 scales here, is they're actually on bases. They're glued to bases, but it doesn't say adult collectible. Still just says ages 6+. Now, why that's weird is because I know there's going to be some people immediately saying, like, what do you mean it's weird? They've always done that with energy drink cars. Yeah, I don't think Red Bull cares like Monster does, though. Because if you look over here, here is a Hot Wheels 5-pack that you can buy in stores right now. Anyone can just walk into a Walmart or Target and buy. And what do you know? Red Bull car. It's the Red Bull Visa F1 car. Red Bull logos, no base, nothing. Any kid can go buy this right now and play with it. And if this, half Red Bull team's not enough for you, there's also a Hot Wheel of Max Verstappen's full Red Bull car. Also as just a regular Hot Wheel release. So clearly Red Bull doesn't care. But Lionel made them care. So now does this mean we're never getting authentics of these? Because they're on bases, so I assume we're not getting authentics. But is that a problem when it's sitting next to this Hot Wheel pack, also in the same Target? I don't know. That just doesn't make sense to me. I really do not understand that whatsoever, but just felt like pointing that out. If you want these cars, they are brand new releases. You can get them right now. If you want them, I would say get them pretty soon, especially the Zilisch, because like I said, the Zilisch is probably going to disappear. Connor Zilisch is on a, historical run in Xfinity right now as a rookie. So he's only going to go up from here, so I feel like this diecast is only going to get rarer and rarer as time goes on. Like I said, I'm not sure on the SVG. It could still get rare because, high numbers don't mean anything. But like I said, the fact that once the race version comes out, I don't know if this will... Some people will try to get rid of the clean one because they have the race version now. Just have to wait and see on that one. Remember, for other diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com. And if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check it out if you want anything. But I think it's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Connor Zilisch's and SVG's Red Bull Chevys from 2025. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.